What up, y'all? It's hip hop raised me back on the scene, and I'm gonna be drawing the gap blasting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I do. This is gonna be. I know a lot of y'all animators out there, up and coming animators, or even seasoned. Y'all can check this out, cause when y'all making y'all animations, y'all wanna show somebody holding the firearm and blasting it. And that's like a big thing in animation because we just having fun. You know what I'm saying? One thing about life is has yin and yang in it. It's positive and negative. So my philosophy is your day to day life, you live a positive life, and and all your negative desires and temptations could be manifested through your artwork. You know what I'm saying? So you keep a good balance in life. Yeah, but right now I'm using the usual tools on the left side of the program, which is like the add points tool, which I use to draw to make the lines. And I'm also using the translate points tool to move the points around because like I said, vector art is like shaping and molding. That's the type of form of art it is. And right now I'm just drawing the base of the gat. It's like a Glock style automatic 9. And just drawing a little bit of detail on it. And what I was gonna say. Look at that. Just it's just a little detail I'm drawing, and you see that empty space right there. That's how you put a hole in the shape, or you draw the shape, and then you put a shape inside a shape, and then you just paint the outside, and that shape will come out with an empty space in it. And within that empty space, I'm gonna put the back of the slide. So when the slide goes back and the cartridge comes out, you can see it. You can see the slide, and inside the slide is the barrel of the firearm. And this is what we do every day, cause animators work every day, all day. That's what we do. You know what I mean? We do this for fun. You know what I'm saying? We do this for fun. That's what we do. Cause animation is a culture, it's a lifestyle. It ain't something you do for 5, 10 minutes and go about your day. This is what we do for fun. When we grew up, we watched all the good cartoons and we loved it. Some of us grew up and some of us never got outside of loving it. And right now, I'm drawing the barrel that sticks out the front, and I'm adding that to the slide. So when the slide goes back, I'm not gonna the barrel is gonna go back with it, but not the tip of the barrel, just to give it the illusion that the slide is going back over the barrel when I'm animating it. You see, that go to back. But look here, when you do your art, it's gonna be different because maybe you a better illustrator than me. Maybe you a natural artiste and you're gonna draw better than me. But in this tutorial, I'm moving fast because, like I said, this is a tutorial. So, like, if it's my personal stuff, maybe I might do it a little nicer, or I might do it like this. I'm not a stickler for realistic looking art. And look at that. Sometimes the program be acting wacky. So, like, I copied and paste that the site on the top of the burner, and it just duplicated it multiple times, or I duplicated it multiple times, but it didn't register, and now it's a bunch of copies of it that I'm gonna have to delete. Cause one thing about these programs, any program for that matter, they're gonna have their quirks and their glitches, and it might be the program, it might be your computer. Either way, it's a reflection of life. You know what I'm saying? And life, nothing is perfect. You got to work around all the quirks in life. So that's why you gotta meditate and manage your frustration, because things don't always work out like how you want it to work out, but you just gotta keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the top of the burner. Now I'm drawing the ring around the trigger. You know, this is just a something that a lot of y'all, if you animating like some cop and robber scenery, or some gangsters, or some superhero type dude or vigilante, they're gonna have their weapons, and this is just a quick animation of that. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna see the blicky fire come out the front, and the sliding back, and the cartridges flying out the side. You know what I'm saying? And you see, I got everything. All these. This is how you simplify your art for those who are not good at drawing. Cause even if you're not good at drawing, you could still get into animation and keep practicing. And the thing about it is, you break everything down into little shapes, and you break everything down into shapes. Because if you can see on the right, I got a bunch. Everything I'm drawing is on different layers. I'm just making different vector layers to simplify the process. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be like a crazy great illustrator artist to start this journey. You know what I mean? See how I do it? I'm just drawing simple shapes, cubes. I'm drawing a bunch of cubes and cylinders, rectangles, and just putting it all together. And then you can organize the layers. You see the layers I got on the right of the bottom right? And as if you notice, I'm already at the fifth layer. That goes to show you that I'm not the greatest artist, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you could break things down, you'll be able to draw. It's nothing. You just got to break things down. Like right now, I'm drawing the bottom of the clip. Everything is on different layers. That's to simplify the process. You know what I'm saying? You see, like on the bottom right is the panel of layers, and at the top left of that panel, you click the drop down on that first option, and you get the what type of layer you want. And these layers right here, I'm drawing a vector layers. That's the type of layer this is, a vector layer. Within that panel, they have vector layers, group layers, switch layers, and a few others. And I'm just decorating a little bit. It's nothing major, because the hand is going to be covering most of all that. So you're not going to see all them decorations. You see, a vector layer, that was the first option. A lot of parts is going to be static. So, and like I said, I'm moving fast. So I'm not even naming the layers, because when you want to choose a layer to work on, all you got to do is use the select layers tool on the left panel. And every tool that you see on the left or the right All you got to do is hover over it, and it's gonna tell you what tool it is. You're gonna get a pop-up box that tells you what tool it is. So that's how you can get familiar with the tools is by hovering over them. See, I you can hover over the tools. I'm using the eye drop tool to select the colors to pick the colors off so I could use the same colors I'm using. Now I'm using the curvature tool. Now you see I go down, pick another layer, and now I'm drawing the index finger, which is also the trigger finger. You see that? It's just all part of the game. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I hope y'all been going to my website, hiphopraiseme.com. I got the official guide on everything it takes to be a animator. All the elements you're gonna need, like voice acting and video editing and drawing, animation, music, sound design. Those are some of the elements you're gonna need to become an animator. And if you go to my website, you're gonna see I break down all of those elements and I give you free options that you could use to get the ball rolling. So really your only real financial investment is gonna be the computer you using. Cause you're gonna need, I mean, it is possible to use a mobile device to be an animator, but if you want to be serious, you're gonna have to get a desktop style computer, whether it be a Mac or a PC or a Linux. Usually it'll be like a PC or a Mac, but you can also use Linux because you know Linux platform they they hold niches, free software, and there's a lot of free animation. Well, there's a few free animation softwares that run good on Linux, like Synfig, OpenTunes, Pencil, and all that. But but your main investment is gonna be your computer, and don't be going out there to them stores and try to buy a budget computer because those computers that's like $300 or $400 they not gonna have the horsepower to do everything you want it to do. Because once you start using video editing programs and graphic programs and music programs, those computers is not built for those type of tasks. And you know, or Chromebooks, those Chromebooks they not built for this type of life. You got to get like a Windows platform or on the Mac system, Mac OS. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. For those of y'all that's on a budget, it's better to get a refurbished or used computer that has power than getting a new cheap one. So if your budget is $300 or $200, go on eBay or Amazon and go get something refurbished that has horsepower. That's way better than getting a brand new cheap system. That's way better. And you get that refurbished unit, you know, you could upgrade it, you could clean it out, make it better, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a great system that you could run all your programs on. Because as an independent animator, you're gonna be running about 3 or 4 programs to complete your journey. And just a couple other investments you're gonna make is on a microphone and some headphones, stuff you probably already have. You know what I mean? And that's all it really takes. But if you got a couple of Fazos, you got some bread, then you can invest in a program like this. Moho Pro. This is one of the more affordable animation programs. This is Moho Pro 12 I'm using. And you can invest in a more robust what I was audio program to make your music and your scores for your projects. I use FL Studio. That's a program I paid for. The great thing about FL Studio is you buy it once and you get free upgrades for life of the version you have bought you pay for. So I believe they still do that. So that's a beautiful thing. So you don't gotta constantly buy the new version every time they upgrade. And I've been using that program for a long time. If y'all want me to make some music tutorials on how to make beats, y'all let me know in the comments if that's what y'all want, and I make tutorials for that. You know what I'm saying? Cause making beats is all about music theory, and once you know the formula, y'all be making beats 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And also um I got free beats on my website. You could download my free beats and you could use them. You get your freestyle on. You could use them in your projects. I got free beats that I made. You could check out the free beat videos I got on YouTube on this channel. Cause it's all about the love. It's all about the love. You know what I'm saying? Giving back. So I got free beats you could download. I got y'all could check out my skits. Go to my website and purchase my movie Stinky and Taco. You know what I mean? It's of the adult. It's for adults. So if y'all young, you know what I'm saying. It got a lot of explicit material in it. Cause like I said, you heard. Look here, I live a positive life, and all my negativity and my comedic side, and everything I want to express, I put it in my art. You heard? That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Cause it gotta go somewhere. Cause life is yin and yang. It's a balance. Like I said, you can't just be walking around here like you some type of angel and not expect to address your temptations and desires and all that. You heard? Cause life is both. It got yin and yang in it. But right now, I'm just drawing the fingers. And I ain't gonna lie, like this thumb, I made it kind of big, but I was speedballing on this here tutorial. And remember what I told y'all last time, when you drawing a bunch of shapes on one layer, they go in the order you was drawing them on. See, so being that I repainted that hand, that nail went under the color that I recolored the hand, so I gotta redraw the nail on there so it could be on top. Or I could have used the select layer tool and just clicked on that layer and and pressed the up arrow and it would have brought it to the top. But sometimes the program be acting quirky, so I just redrew it. Cause none of these programs is perfect. They all got their issues. And I'm drawing the arm. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put everything as far as with the hand and the burn. I'm gonna put it all in a group so they can all move together. But I'm gonna leave the arm outside the group because the arm is gonna be static. You know what I'm saying? And all this was just drawn by shapes and shaping and molding the shapes. You don't gotta be no great artist to get this popping. And you see how I'm using the I'm just using lines and shapes and solidifying the lines with the create shape tool. And right now I'm illustrating the the blicky fire. So when when you pull the trigger, you're gonna see fire come out the nozzle, the barrel, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I'm doing. And the thing is, you learn these little techniques here and there, here and there. You start adding everything up to your repertoire. Next thing you have a whole blockbuster theatrical release movie. You know what I'm saying? And if you got some movie you want or some short or commercial, I would like y'all to share that so I can see them too. Cause I'm a real, I love art and animation. I love music, art, and animation, and that's why I do this. I'm drawing just three iterations of the gunfire so it could just go back and forth when I do it, and this fourth one is gonna be blank for no fire. So every time the gun busts, you can see it, and I'm putting it all in a switch layer. Remember, a switch layer is a group layer that shows each layer one at a time. So you see, it's one fire. Now it's no fire. So whatever option you select within the switch layer, that's gonna be um, the one that's presented. It's like a frame by frame animation sequence. That's the slide right there, the back of the slide. But now I'm just naming the parts of the firearm that we gonna be using. But when I'm working by myself, I don't even most of the time I don't even name the layers because that just takes more time. And what I'm doing, I just click the select layer tool and I just click on whatever layer I want to work on. That speeds up the process. So right now I'm just drawing the shells that's gonna fly out the side of the hammer when it fires. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw like 5 shells, and each shell is gonna be in the switch layer, which is gonna show the shell and not show the shell. So every time the gat is blasted, a shell flies out, and you see I'm gonna throw them a shell and no shell in the switch layer, and then I'm gonna duplicate that switch layer like 5 times to show like 5 shells. I switched it to no shells so you don't see it right now. But I just in the layers panel, I duplicated the second option on the top is duplicate, and I duplicated 5 shells. So the hammer's gonna blast 5 times, and I put them all in a group just to organize it. You see that? That's the hand with the blick, and I'm gonna put everything in a group like I told you previously. The hammer and the hand and everything is gonna go inside of a group that I named hand and hammer. See, when you expand that group, you're gonna see all the layers, but you see on the bottom right got that layer got reduced to simplify and organize the layer panel. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just draw a little background to spice up this animation. Just like a little road, like you on the back streets with some abandoned buildings. It's gonna be real simple, just to make it, just spice things up. Look at the thumb looking all goofy. Dude got a big thumb. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. This is just for instructional purposes. You know what I mean? All right. I'm just drawing abandoned buildings on the side of on the street. And as you can see, it's all about shapes and lines. It's not no complicated illustration. The perspective is off. This is just some rough drawing for tutorial purposes. I'm just I'm not cleaning things up like if I was just doing my personal stuff. Or maybe I would do my personal stuff like that cuz I like my art like looking a little wacky and not following all the rules, you know what I'm saying? A little rough. I like it like that. I don't like all that neat stuff, That's type of guy I am. I like my stuff to look a little off the wall. You know what I mean? Just for just to keep things exciting. Cause like I say, all the perfection is within the imperfections. That's what make it unique. You know, if everything was just cookie cutter, it would have no flavor. You know what I mean? So just jump into this and don't worry about being perfect. You know, it's all about the love. It's all about the love. These buildings I'm drawing ain't got nothing to do. They ain't following no perspective rules or nothing. It's just I'm just drawing them. You just lay down the lines and just lay down the lines and put them in. And you see this light blue the light blue rectangle. That's the camera frame. So everything outside the camera frame is not going to be rendered. Or you only gonna when everything is rendered, you're only gonna see what's inside the everything. Only you're only gonna see what's inside that light blue rectangle. And these are abandoned buildings because my guy he's in the hood where they got the bandos at, and nowadays if you're not at the gun range or in the woods, you gotta be in the hood to blast your firearm and get away with it. You can't be in the burbs or the upscale neighborhoods. Those communities are not tolerating that type of behavior. So you gotta be in certain areas where you can actually get away with that. But so that's the type of area this guy is in. And he's not shooting at anybody in particular. He just testing out the new firearm he purchased, possibly in the black market. Who knows? He could be some crazy rambunctious guy. I'm just drawing some windows. They gonna be all boarded up or not even in existence. It's just Some of them are boarded up, some of them are not there. You know, this is the animation journey. You know what I'm saying? Drawing, drawing and animating is two different things. But you're gonna be doing a lot of drawing. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot of drawing, voice acting, and writing. I hope y'all been writing because if y'all not writing, you're not gonna have anything to animate. So I hope y'all been stepping up your writing game. I got on my animation guide on my website. I give tips on how to get into writing and structure your writing and lay it down for animation. You know, so I hope y'all writing because that's one of the most important elements of animation is writing because you gotta have something that if you're not writing, you're not animating. Period. So I hope y'all writing. That's important. Now, if you got a team, each of y'all person in the team can have specific duties, and maybe you got somebody on your team that's great at writing and got great imagination, and they could be doing the writing, and maybe you could be the one who illustrates or animates. Everybody play their position. But if you a solo animator, you have to write. Or I'm gonna tell you what. If maybe you not proficient at writing, you gotta at least know how to make some music. So maybe you wanna animate to some music. You know what I mean? Or do some like music videos. That's pretty dope. But you gotta write something though. Just pick up that pen and put it on the pick up that pen and lay it down cause writing is the spirit and the soul of everything. Can't get around that. You know? What they say, the pen is mightier than the sword. You gotta get down on that. But right now I'm just drawing wood planks over the windows because this area is that type of area where the properties hasn't been maintained, and you looking at urban decay where the properties been neglected and where the slum lords operate at. And you see, I'm drawing those lines, and then I got to use the create shape tool because lines are not complete shapes. So you got to solidify the lines with the create shape tool. The pencil tool, when you draw with the pencil tool, you don't use the create shape tool because the lines are automatically solidified. But I don't use the pencil tool. Not, I don't use it. I basically don't use it. Period. But if there's a situation where I gotta use it, I will. Like say if you're using this program with a stylus, like you see those lines are not showing up on the buildings on the right, so I gotta use the create shape tool to solidify those lines by selecting those lines and solidifying them by pressing enter. Select the lines and press enter. See, look at that, and that's just a background. That's how it's gonna look when it's rendered with the guy with the huge thumb. Who knows what he been doing with that thumb, yo? We not even gonna go there, but we know he got a huge thumb. Now I'm gonna import. Sometimes my computer be acting wacky, but it's all right. I'm gonna import audio. You gotta collect your audio clips because a lot of animation is expressed through music and sound design. imported the gun sound and duplicated, so you're gonna hear five blicky shots. And look here, you see this is the timeline I'm working on. The timeline got three tabs at the top, and right now I'm in the sequencer tab. In the sequencer tab, you can move your audio clips around. So that's you could do that in the sequencer tab. When you got a few audio clips within one scene, you go in the sequencer tab, and then you can move the audio clips around on the timeline. You see those five sound waves, and right now I'm animating the fire coming out the nozzle. But I'm going in the beginning of each of the sound waves and putting up the gunfire in the front. You see that? I'm switching it to gunfire, picking one of the gunfires. You right click on the switch layer, and on the drop down menu, you press the option that you want to present, the layer that you want to show. Now, the you see, I'm pulling the trigger back. The the index finger and the trigger is in a group, and I'm just moving the group back and forth. And then I take those three keyframes and copy and paste them. So the trigger goes back and forth. See that? I just use three keyframes. I use one keyframe for the first one, and then I use the second one back and forth, and then we working in the timeline right now. Right now, I'm working with the slide. That's gonna go back and forth. You see on the timeline, I'm at the beginning of the sound wave, and I'm using I'm animating down with the translate point tool. I'm not even moving the layer. I'm using the translate point tool because the beginning of the nozzle, the barrel is gonna sit still. So I didn't select those points. You see that? It go back, boom, and then I'm moving forward. And I take those three keyframes and I do copy and paste them in front of each sound wave. Right? See that? Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So, animating this, you gotta animate the blicky fire, and all the now I'm animating the cartridges flying out the side. Boom. Boom. That one flew out. And then I go to the second cartridge. I click on the show the cartridge. And I go inside and take that layer, make a keyframe, move the timeline further in advance, and then I move the and you can modify the path for the way the object is moving by pressing control and clicking on the nods on the path, and you can modify the path. Now look at that. I'm going through each shell out the side of the hammer. I'm displaying them. I'm at the fourth shell now. I'm displaying it. Then I take the shell after I show it, and then I move it. Right? And now I'm going to the fifth one. I right click on it, take the pick the shell option, and then I move the shell layer. I click it once to set the keyframe, and I move forward, and then I move it. And now I'm gonna take the whole layer and move it so it can when the hand jerk back, I'm gonna boom, right? The hand, I'm using the rotate tool on the layer, and I copy and paste those keyframes and put them each in front of the sound wave. And there you go, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put in the full render how it's gonna look. Peace. But check out the full render though.
Hey y'all, it's your favorite animator, Hip Hop Raised Me. Support the cause and purchase my movie on my website. It's the funniest movie in the universe, and it got all the adult content you looking for. It's about two friends living on the edge with the monkey on their back. All the proceeds of your purchase is going towards me being a full-time animator and living the dream. Click on the link in the description and get your instant digital copy of Stinky and Taco remixed, and you can thank me later.